The Horizon Zero Dawn remake, which nobody asked for PS5, is not being developed by Guerrilla Games, allegedly. Okay, allegedly. Again, I don't know why anybody really gives a crap about this remake. It doesn't need a remake. I'm shocked anybody would buy it, but it's probably still going to sell tons of copies and do very, very well. Let's be completely honest. Why a remake? I don't know. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Colin Moriarty, who you guys will know from Sacred Symbols. He's the guy that has like the "Don't Tread on Me" thing on Twitter. He got canceled for some reason. I don't even remember why. It's like a whole thing. I don't even know. But in the new episode of the program, he revealed one small interesting detail regarding Horizon Zero Dawn remake for PS5. Rumors, and by the way, I think remake. Think The Last of Us Part 1. Probably some new models, some new textures and stuff. But to say that they're remaking it is pretty generous. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Moriarty cannot confirm the details of the project with complete certainty, but claims that development of the updated game is being carried out without direct involvement of Guerrilla. According to him, he heard that some other team is working on a remake of Horizon Zero Dawn, but did not disclose who exactly, so as to not substitute his source. I don't think they mean substitute. That word doesn't make sense there. Anyway, he said, quote, "We're also assuming that Guerrilla is making the Horizon remake thing there, although if that's real, what I've heard is that it's another team. At another team." This whole article seems to be a bit of a train wreck. My guess would be that this is probably true. With Sony's modus operandi recently, the name of the game has been milk these franchises that have seen any modicum of success. And so in no way is it surprising to me that they would try to do a remake for PS5 of Horizon Zero Dawn, which will basically just be a remaster. It's frustrating. I find it really stupid. And I think it's burning a lot of goodwill, honestly. And plus, it's kind of like The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Every time they do this, like, I think it diminishes the value of the term remake. So now every time they say, "Oh, we're remaking this game," everybody's going to look at it and be like, "Okay, but did you actually, or is it just like barely improved?" Because the big problem for Horizon, I think, in all of these comparisons is going to be that it came out on PC already. There's already a PC version of this out. So people are going to just look at like the reveal trailer for the PS5 version and be like, "Okay, well, it just looks like the PC version." Like, how much could they honestly change? Not much, I don't think. So I find this just to be ridiculous. But it reaffirms once again what I've said for a while, which is that Jim Ryan, the current head of PlayStation, he, to me, seems through and through like the Tim Cook of PlayStation. If you're not familiar, Tim Cook is the current CEO of Apple. This guy, you'll recognize him once you see him. Tim Cook, this guy, he took over after Steve Jobs died, or stepped down. Technically, he died a few months later, but he took over in 2011, and he has done a good job running it. And he's a fantastic manager, no doubt. But his time at Apple has pretty much been all about taking what was designed by Steve Jobs and the passion and creativity there, and then actively milking that thing dry. And he's been accused of like basically causing all of the creativity and the energy in the company to get squished out. Now Apple is about maximizing profits first and then innovation second, which is the opposite of what Steve Jobs did. Steve Jobs was, we're going to have a successful business, but we're going to be successful because we create amazing products that our customers love, not because we invented, like, we released the fifth iPhone that looks identical to the previous one that didn't actually improve anything. And because we made the batteries, charge down so battery life gets terrible, so people are forced to upgrade. Like, everything about Tim Cook's time at Apple has been less about creativity and more about just trying to milk customers dry. And for Jim Ryan, it's the same exact thing. For Jim Ryan, this little bugaboo, Everything about this guy screams businessman. It screams maximizing the bottom line. Like, I don't think for a second that this guy actively plays video games. I don't think for a freaking second that he sits down and grabs his controller after a long day at work. I don't buy it. Yeah, and you listen to him talk about gaming versus how Sean Layden, the previous guy who held his job, talked about gaming. Totally different. And every step of the way, everything we've found out about like the PS5, how they've approached development, how they've handled all of this stuff is just doesn't sit right. He took my thing. Red flag.